Sports is the national narcotic. And if some crazy vendor got on a national show and proved beyond any reasonable doubt there was nothing like this, I think it would have an effect.
Richard Aller wants to convince you and anyone who will listen that Dr. Fager's 1968 championship season is the greatest in the history of horse racing.
Okay.
And there goes Dr. Fager.
The fastest horse of all time, able to accelerate quarter-mile splits faster than any horse that ever raced. He could accelerate a quarter-mile split 7 lengths faster than Secretariat.
It's Dr. Fager in front by 3/4 of a
Breaking
length.
the 130-pound jinx with apparent ease, Dr. Fager, number 9, flew in on Thursday, raced Saturday, and left Sunday.
The only horse ever to be Horse of the Year, Handicap Horse of the Year, Sprinter of the Year, and Grass Horse of the Year.
But Dr. Fager coming on strongly. He goes now to the front by a head.
Beating 2 Horses of the Year, carrying to less than 130, as much as 139. Got faster as he carried more weight, defying the laws of physics. He could sprint, he could come home, he could come around horses. He did it all, but he didn't do it in the Triple Crown, so he'll never get his just due. Now, let's take a look at American Pharoah. You don't evaluate a horse on one race. You evaluate him on a series of races. So I began to root for him and evaluate him. And I didn't know quite what he was in 1968. And I began to get enraged at the distortions that were made. Let me historically define that. Dr. Fager ran in 1968. Martin Luther King and Robert Kennedy were assassinated. Vietnam War protests. Hey, hey, LBJ, how many kids did you kill today? Race riots all over the country. A riot at the Democratic National Convention. A protest at the Olympics in Mexico City. The most tumultuous year in 20th century history. And he was not on national television. Secretariat ran in 1973. The Triple Crown was on national television.
I'm Jack Whitaker, and welcome to the 105th running of the Belmont Stakes.
Horse racing was consumed by television. And so Secretariat became visibly a shrine. And then when I began to study everything and all the details, and I have a great deal of respect for Secretariat, I realized a terrible historical mistake had been made. Dr. Fager got tested every way imaginable. You only know how good a horse is when they're in a fist fight, head and head with a top horse. It didn't matter anywhere, any place, any time, any conditions, any weight, quality of competition. Dr. Fager's there every time. When the legend places the truth, print the legend. That's what my book is about.
After 3 decades of banging Dr. Fager's drum, Aller hasn't lost his bite when illustrating why Dr. Fager in 1968 ran a campaign like no other.
All you have to do is sit people down and show the facts. It's absolutely irrefutable. And by the way, I don't say that Dr. Fager was the greatest horse of all time. All I said was 1 season.
100 yards to come, and Dr. Fager is all by himself. 8, 9, Dr. Fager by about 10 lengths. Wow, this is a racer. And ladies and gentlemen, may we draw your attention to the running time. The mile in 1:32 and 1, which is a new world record.